mouth?
Lionel Blair.
Are you supposed to be Jim?
When do you start?
No.
Oh, fuck, sorry. Go back again, do another clap. Do another clap again. Do another clap. I wasn't ready.
Why is it then?
Oh. Hello, and welcome to Jim and Her. As you can see, I've had my teeth done. I sound a little bit like Cliff Richard. And it made me gag. He's going to take his teeth out there. Right, it's not Jim, he's off having his hair done next week. I don't know what he said. Right, I'm going to take these out.
Oh no, you just...
It's dreadful, isn't it? Like Alien. It's dreadful. It's going to take me 3 hours to eat my soup. Now, it isn't Jim and Her, it's Bob and Her today, because Jim is off, obviously having some more cosmetic surgery.
I think he was having his boobs lifted.
Might be. I've got to go in next week. I've got to have a penis reduction operation. Yeah, third time lucky. So welcome to Jim and Her in the shape of his younger, better looking, more talented love child. That's me, Bobby Dab over here with the beautiful, what's your name again? Vicky. I've got to be like him, haven't I? I've got to be like him. Me like Jim.
It is like Jim's here.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, it's dreadful. I've ruined my lovely clean shirt as well. I ironed that this morning.
You did?
I'll take these off as well. These aren't my glasses.
Are they not?
No. I did have my own reading glasses, but unfortunately, my new girlfriend sat on them last night and broke them. Yeah, I was wearing them at the time.
Oh.
Yes. It's lovely jumping. So it's Jim and Her.
Set the tone.
I've set the tone. I've got to be like him. He said, make sure that you're just like me. But I'm not just like him, am I?
No.
I'm very different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, I am a little bit.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah.
Are you choking on the tea?
Oh, no, I'm not choking. I'm serious.
You're doing Edinburgh Fringe?
I am doing Edinburgh Fringe, yes. I'm doing a show called Everything is Funny If You Can Laugh at It. Trying to think of I've got a bit of dementia creeping in. My best friend, I think he's got dementia. Seriously. Yeah, I think my best friend's got it as well.
Oh, God.
And my best friend. Anyway, so my kids laughed about my dementia. They're not going to laugh on Christmas Day when I wake up and can't find their Easter eggs under the bonfire. So, I know we shouldn't joke about things like that. No, that's not nice, because I think my best friend's got dementia.
Oh,
have I said that? Yeah. I'll do my new impression for you, though.
Go on.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. Who's that? No, it's my best friend. I think he's got dementia. So I'm on form. I'm doing great at the moment.
Man.
I know. I'm really enjoying my work again. I've slowed down a little bit, but the stroke has changed me slightly. My singing voice isn't quite as good. Well, having said that, the next door neighbour keeps throwing bricks through my window so he can hear me better. But it's my next door neighbour's a bit of a problem because I like to walk around the house naked.
Yeah.
Of course I do. But he saw me the other day, so I had to go back inside. And I'm still telling jokes and still doing stuff. So I'm doing the whole. I went up to the festival last year and I did 2 nights at a venue called Frankenstein's.
Yeah.
Right, it's like a beer keller. No, Frankenstein wasn't there, obviously, because always descendants, because you couldn't have kids, you know, Frankenstein, because they put the nuts in his neck. And I'm going up there to do the whole 3 weeks. So as long as they don't cancel me.
Do you have to change your...
No, mind, underpants, socks. Change what?
Have you had to change your gigs these days?
No,
because wasn't it last year? Who was it that got banned for getting these? Didn't someone get their
I got cancelled once with a woman. Now, sometimes the subject of a joke is misinterpreted as the joke itself. Which is valid, I suppose, for people that understand comedy. So there's a joke I do in my act, and I pick on a woman. I point to women. I said, "Oh, the lovely lady down here," and I said, "I won't be so rude as to ask you how old you are, because that is rude, isn't it? It's a rude question to ask a woman. You know, never ask a woman how old you are." And so I said, "How much do you weigh?" Right? Which now the joke works because you've replaced a rude question to a woman with an even ruder question.
Yeah.
But the woman obviously
had. Joke, right?
It's a joke, of course. But it's nothing to do with weight. It's about replacing a rude question with another rude question. And my lips were very dry. And she obviously had weight issues, and she was taller sitting down and standing up, and she was sweating gravy, you know, like, and she was there with 2 of her friends, big friends, they were big women, you know, and I said, are you 3 ladies from Scotland by chance? She got a bit upset. She said, Wales, if you don't mind. Wales, if you don't mind. I said, I'm sorry, I apologise. Are you 3 Wales from Scotland by chance? And the gag, I didn't do those gags. I don't go out, no comedian goes out to offend. Right? Offence isn't given, it's taken. And I went and did Edinburgh last year at this venue, and I enjoyed it so much. And I got 2 standing ovations.
Fantastic.
And they said, would you like, yeah, I did really well.
So you've written all your set and everything now?
Yeah, I change my set as I go along. I change about 20 minutes. I do an hour a day. That's what Roy Walker told me when I was just starting in my career.
Yeah.
I met him, he said, do an hour a day, Bob, an hour a day, and say what you see what you say, whatever it is. Mr. Chips, do you remember that one?
I do, I love catchphrases.
Yeah, it's good. Do you remember that one with Mr. Chips? It was Mr. Chips, do you remember? It was bloody funny, wasn't it?
I had it on pause.
Oh, I bet you did. Picked up a few tips, didn't you?
It was hilarious.
Mr. Chips, and it got worse, the more boxes I opened, the worse it looked. Bloody great one.
I kept that on, and every time someone came to the house, I go, look at that.
Look at that. Something that we're very good at. If I was a politician or something, I mean, they're not making us laugh at the moment. So apart from Joe Biden, that's hilarious.
What is happening to Joe Biden?
He's got the Alzheimer's.
He's got...
I don't know if I told you this, I think my best friend's... No. And...
do you do an impression of Joe Biden?
I do a little bit, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Well, he said, how's it? You okay, man? And he goes to Tony, yeah, I'm running for president. He can't walk, let alone run. He did that, didn't he? He did say, and he walks all funny like that, didn't he?
He sort of...
He can't find his way off the stage.
Someone has to sort of direct... It's just like, why aren't they just saying, Joe?
There must be, mustn't there?
Go and have a lie down.
I mean, where's Lee Harvey Oswald when you need him?
Oh,
I mean,
Bobby?
well, I'm worried, especially about Donald Trump. I was trying to tell my children about the assassination of Kennedy. Back in what year was it? 65, so like 63, 65. And I was trying to tell my girls about that, you know, and it just went in one ear and out the other, basically. And, what? Anyway, Trump is the one that I worry about. I'm sure someone's going to take a pop at him, aren't they? I wouldn't want to be his bodyguard. You imagine him walking through the airport, and his body goes, and someone comes out with a gun, and they shout at him, they go, Donald Duck, and he goes, and, you know, I think he should become the next president. You know, fantastic. He does that, doesn't he? Great.
I think he's such a character, though. I'm thinking...
He does that. He sways, doesn't he?
Did you see he's put out this campaign video? So Joe Biden's... You know, did you watch the debate?
I watched a bit of it, yeah.
And it was just Joe...
It was bloody horrible, actually.
It's awful to watch. Like I say,
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't understand him.
And Joe Biden's just going...
Yeah, man, he goes, and then he looks down and sort of almost falls asleep. He's like he's just stepped off the Thriller video, doesn't he? Yeah. And Donald's just standing there.
But Donald keeps looking at him going...
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah. Donald J. Trump. What does the J stand for? Genius. Jail. I don't like the Italians, little black slanty eyes. Oh, sorry, that's italics, isn't it? Sorry, I get confused. And Poland. I don't like Poland. Oh, dreadful Poland. Oh, horrible people. They've all got tracksuits and they smell bad, all broke. Oh, sorry, that's Poundland. Sorry. Oh my God. I just love telling jokes. I can't help it. I'm in that mood today. And does my voice sound a bit slurry?
I don't think it does. I know you're really conscious.
I'm so conscious. And Jim said the other day, right? He said,
Ignore whatever Jim said.
Well, it's very easy to do, isn't it? And he said something on his podcast. He said, have you seen Bommy Damo? He always looks surprised to see you. And I started to watch or look at photographs of him taken since the stroke. And I look a bit haunted. I look haunted.
I don't think so. I think you're being really hard on yourself.
No, that's something else I'm struggling from. So I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote. I've got electoral dysfunction. Electoral dysfunction, is it? Is that what it is?
Are you going to vote?
I am.
Are you voting for?
Am I allowed to? I can't say. I'm going to vote for Nigel Farage. Right?
Yeah.
I like Nigel, you know, at least he gives us hope. He's not going to do any good, is it, really?
Well, I don't think they'll get enough seats.
Oh, they won't at all.
But I think they've certainly...
Yeah.
sort of caught the imagination of the public. Well, no,
he says the things that I would say, I'm not going to say the majority, because he says the things that maybe a lot of people are thinking.
Yes.
And at least he stands up and he says it. Whether or not he can actually...
put that into action.
Into action, I know.
But I think, I said this to Jim the other week, he believes in what he says.
And I think in a lot of cases he's right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But see, if you do agree, you then automatically, in the culture that we're going through, oh, you're a racist.
Exactly.
And he's not. I did the interview with him, met him a couple of times. I really like the guy.
No.
Charismatic, whereas you got Keir Starmer and Itchy, whatever his name was. Yeah, Itchy Tunic. I call it Itchy Tunic. He sounds a bit like Tony Blair. I mean, Tony, and it's, if you vote for Farage, you're going to help the Labour Party, and Sunak and Keir Starmer, it's a bit like swapping deck chairs on the Titanic.
Yeah, you're right. And I think, did you see this, what looks a bit now like a stitch-up, though, from Channel 4?
Isn't it something to do with an actor? I haven't followed it too much.
Yeah, so he's not a candidate. He's apparently a Reform campaigner, right?
So someone could put that. Anyone could do that, couldn't they?
Well, this is the thing. So it looks like someone recorded this footage undercover. That's then an agency's got it and then given it to Channel 4, right? It then turns out this bloke is a professional actor. Whether he was in an acting capacity at that moment.
Well, maybe someone's. I'm only saying maybe.
Yeah.
They put in there to disrupt and make the Reform UK Party look. And
that's it. But what annoys me is Nigel Farage and the Reform Party can't be responsible for, if that was even genuine.
If it was genuine.
Even if it was genuine, they can't be responsible for every single person.
Of course can't be.
And if that was Labour, or if that was even the Conservatives, would Channel 4 have done an undercover? And also, why didn't Channel 4 do their sort of due diligence to go, this is an actor. Yeah. There is a chance that
there's someone else behind it. You don't know. Maybe it was.
It's an agency got involved. It was sold to an agency who then sold it to Channel 4.
Yeah. And that's just propaganda in a way, isn't it? And bias. And there is a lot of bias in politics. I'm not a political. Jim's more political than I am. I'm not really. I mean, I think they're politicians a bit like babies' nappies. They all need changing regularly for exactly the same reason. You can't argue with stupid.
You can't argue with stupid.
Can't argue with stupid.
But they scream the loudest.
Well, they do.
There is this, and I know I talk about this so often. I know we've already touched on the trans thing, but did you see the David Tennant stuff? David Tennant, the Doctor Who actor.
I heard about it. Yeah.
So he's got a trans kid. So the trans kid.
That's okay.
It's fine, right? No, but. Well, kid's quite young, so he says he's got skin in the game. The whole celebrity thing, the like lefty lovey thing now. If you've got a trans kid, it's a little bit like it's like an accessory now. That's like cool. So then he turned around and said, Kemi Badenoch, who's the black politician who was fantastic. He said, I wish she would shut up, and I wish she didn't exist. Now, if a right wing actor said that about Diane Abbott, as a black Diane Abbott, they'd be crucified. And then he turned around and said, it's a tiny minority of whining fuckers. And he's talking about women, just women saying, I want my spat. You've got daughters. Yeah,
I do my favourite joke. I have 3 children. I have George. This is my favourite joke. I'll do the joke for you, and you can judge me as and remember it's a joke. So I've got George, who is 28 years old. He does IT, and then I've got little Tommy. He's only 22. Mr. T, I call him. He's a lovely lad. And then I've got my 17-year-old daughter, and they come around for tea, and they were around about a couple of Fridays ago. We were having our fish and chips, and I've always known about George. And George stood up in the middle of the meal, and he said, "Dad," he said, "I think it's about time. I've got a confession to make." I knew what was coming. I said, "What is it, George?" And he said, "Dad," he said, "I'm gay." I said, "I haven't got a problem with that. I couldn't be gay myself. I'd hate to be turned down by men as well as women. I mean, that'd be fucking disaster." So I said, "Just be happy and healthy, and that's all that matters, and that's the way we should live, and you're right to support that." Sat down with a big smile. 5 minutes later, my other son, Tommy, he's only 22, he stood up. He said, "Dad," he said, "I've got a confession to make." I said, "What is it then, Mr. T?" He said, "Dad," he said, "I'm gay as well." I went, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "Doesn't anyone in this family like pussy?" My daughter said, "I do." So it's a joke. It's a joke. For a start, I've got 3 daughters, but that doesn't matter. I'm dribbling now. It's a joke, and I think that's where people are getting sort of confused. It's virtual. Also, it's virtual signalling. A lot of people get offended on behalf of someone else.
Yeah.
Just to look virtuous.
Did you see? Sorry, at Glastonbury though. Did you see? You know Banksy, the artist.
Oh yes.
Right. So apparently he was behind this stunt where there was an inflatable boat of migrants that they were sort of passing along the crowd to sort of go, oh, migrants welcome. This is at Glastonbury, right? Yep. Where they're all middle class champagne socialists.
There are a lot of white people there,
apparently. Paying hundreds of pounds a ticket with a bloody 30...
use a chemical toilet that's... You come out with a shit all caked over your arse.
Oh, no.
Dreadful.
But a 30-foot fence to keep out the poor people, right? That's
that sounds like...
And then they're going, yeah, migrants welcome. You're going, no, I'm sure they won't be welcome on your daddy's estate.
Well, you can't picture everyone like that, of course. And it's the hypocrisy.
That's the thing.
And the bias, and I think the media is biased. I'm actually an atheist.
Yeah.
Thank God. No, I'm an atheist. And as I say, science is proof, and science should be a biological science. We've got to stop this attitude of thinking a man can be a woman because he thinks he's a woman. I get that. That's...
no, Bobs, it's a mental illness. If you're a bloke and think you're a woman, dysphoria,
isn't it? And it never used to be trans, it used to be ladyboy, didn't it? It was
and then it was sort of transvestite.
Chicks with dicks, or chaps with... Anyway, I live and let live, but don't force your opinion. The trouble is with some of the media, some of the left of field people, they won't listen to your opinion. No. Right? And you're entitled to your opinion, and so are they. But it doesn't mean that I'm not right. And actually, you learn a lot more if you listen than actually say or tell.
But as a woman, you've got a right to say, I don't want a man pretending to be a woman in my changing room, in my toilets, in refuges, in prisons. There's a right for a woman to feel safe.
That's right.
And for someone then like David Tennant to say, oh, you're a whining little fucker, that's winning. That's 51% of the population.
Exist. Yeah, that's inciting murder, isn't it? You don't want you to exist, or I hope you're going to die. What a dreadful thing to say.
It is.
And I mean, and Jim he said, I never want to go out with a woman who's got a bigger cock than me. And I laughed at that.